and welcome to Power Chat. I believe we're live, everybody. If we are, can you drop me a hello in the comments? In the meantime, welcome to Power Chat. This is our 5th episode this week. So yes, it's amazing to think that we've been going now for over 5 weeks. So welcome, hello. I'm Diane Demetre. For those of you who may not know me, thank you. Hi there, Amber. Thank you for joining me in Power Chat, where we actually talk about lots of different mindset tips, some mastery tips, and some motivation to help you through the midweek blues. So we've got Donna White. Hi, Donna. It's lovely to have you. Wendy's here. Hi, Wendy. Great for you to join us. That's terrific. So tonight we're going to go out a little bit on the edge. I've been taking you a little bit on the edge week after week, in case you haven't noticed. And this week I'm just going to venture out a little bit further with you. So I'm moving that keyboard so I can get closer to the mic. There we go. We're good to go. Hi, Robin. Good to have you here. So we've been looking at, over the last few weeks, we've been looking at decisions, designing our destiny. We've been looking at the difference between happiness and suffering and how we actually get to choose that. We've also looked at self-responsibility, and that's a fact. We are all responsible for our reality. Hi, Juanita. Lovely to have you here. And of course, last week we looked at the antidote to anxiety, which in very simple terms was willingness. So if you missed last week and you suffer a little bit from anxiety, have a listen to last week's video. I keep all the videos up on my Facebook page in case you'd like to go back and have another listen. So this week we're going to go out that little bit further. Hi, Sally. How are you? And before I start, just to let you know, I'm going to probably leave all the questions till the end, because once I get into the flow and into the movement of everything that I'm doing, into that nice zone, I find that if I go backwards and forwards, I sort of lose it a little bit. So I'm going to stay with you in the content firstly, then I'm going to come back and I'm going to answer your questions. So pop them in there. Please keep commenting. You don't have to sit there and not comment. Have a chat to me, because I promise I will go back in and I will look at them as we go. So tonight I want to talk about resonance, reality, and results. So come with me on this journey. You might find it a little challenging for your human perspective, but that's what I'm here for. I'm a bit of a cage rattler. So let's go. So tonight I wanted to talk about energy, and I wanted to talk about energy more in depth than what I've been touching on, because over these last few weeks I have touched on it a bit, and tonight I want to go even deeper, because as we know, energy is power. Okay, that's what it is. Energy is created from the vibration of atoms and molecules within substances. So that's what energy is. Just think about electrical energy. It's the vibration, which is electricity, of atoms and molecules, and that gives us electricity, which is power. Now, as Einstein said, everything is energy. Everything. It's the law of physics. It's the universal law. Therefore, energy is the basic building block of the universe. Everything is energy, and we are that energy, obviously, because we're not separate to the universe. So everything about us is energy. Now, we are, as I've said before, we're energetic beings with a discernible presence called a body. And so that's what we are. We're all energy with a discernible presence called a body. Now, we influence everything in our bodies and our lives by the vibration of our atoms and molecules. That's who we are. We're a vibration of atoms and molecules. And so we're influencing everything in our lives and in our bodies, everything in our lives, by our energetic vibration, by our resonance. So an easy way to consider this is to think of that fabulous trick of the opera singer. Okay, and the opera singer will hit that really perfect note, and the crystal glass will be sitting over there on the table, and if she hits that note at the correct pitch and the correct frequency, she can shatter the glass. Why? Because it's a wave of energy that impinges upon the energetic resonance of the molecules and the atoms that make up the glass. And that's what we are. We are energy. We are a vibrational resonance all the time. We are resonating at our own vibration every moment of every day. It's just that we keep thinking that we are a dense body. And that's what trips us up all the time. Because when we think in terms of what is classed as the third dimensional reality, which is time, space, and form, when we think in the third dimensional reality, we see ourselves as dense. But in fact, that's not the truth. As Einstein said, everything is energy. We're actually energy, vibrating at our own particular level and resonance, which then makes us appear to be dense. And because we all vibrate at different resonances and different frequencies, we have everything that we label as something different. So there's a lamp, or there's a table, or there's a glass door. But if we bring it all down to the basic building block, we are all energy. Now, let's take it one step further. Einstein said that match the frequency of the reality we want, and we cannot help but get that reality. Now think about that for a moment. If we match the reality that we want, we cannot help but get that reality. That's the law of attraction. That's what everybody's been talking about since time immemorial, the law of attraction. It means that whatever we're vibrating at, we will attract into ourselves. And if we want a reality of more health, wealth, happiness, success, and freedom, guess what? We have to resonate and vibrate at the frequency of that reality. And that's how we get it. Therefore, think about it one step further. Come one step further with me, because that's why I did self-responsibility 2 weeks ago before this class. So think about it and come with me one more time, because this is the one that usually people turn their nose up at, and that is nothing is random. And you'll be going, oh, no, I can't accept that one. Just come with me for a minute on it. Nothing is random, which if you think about it is a great liberating thought, because it means you are the master of your destiny, no one else. So if everything is energy, as Einstein said, and like attracts like, as far as the vibrational resonance of energy, that's the law of attraction. Therefore, whatever's going on in our reality, how we respond to it, because if you remember, we talked about responding and reaction, how we respond to it creates our reality. And that's what's happening. And that's how it happens all the time. Therefore, whatever our energetic resonance is, whatever we're vibrating to at, whatever level that is, I don't like the word level, but it's the easiest way to understand. Whatever the level is, that's the reality that will come into us. Okay, I'll go one step further in a minute, because I know you probably have lots of questions on that. Look, I'll put it in here now because it's probably the best way. There was I can't remember if I've said it in these lives or in my other classes. I've taught this so long. There was a study done in one of the prisons in America quite a number of years ago, and they got 100 of the worst rapists and murderers, and they put them all in like a little film room individually, one after the other. And they didn't have any time to talk or anything like that. And they did a psychological study, and they ran a film. And on that film was a number of different women walking down the street at different times, individually, right? Not all together. So they showed them a 30-second clip of this woman and a 30-second clip of that woman, and they all the same. They cut out all the variables so that the only variable was the man in the seat. Okay, the murderer rapist in the seat. And the results came back that basically 98% all chose the same woman to attack If they saw these women on the street, which would you choose? That one, that one, that one. And so it comes down to our energetic resonance. Have we got the energetic resonance of a victim? And you might go, no, don't tell me this, I can't, and don't shut me off yet, please, stay with me. Because that's how it works. It's been working like this in the universe since time began. Law of attraction. A victim will always attract a perpetrator. A perpetrator will always find a victim. And that's why it's absolutely critical that at every moment of every day, we are vibrating at the highest possible resonance we can. Because when we do that, we will create more wealth, health, happiness, and success and freedom and love and wonderful relationships in our lives. But you know what? We were never taught that, and we never taught our children that. And once we actually understand this, and even just as we talked about last week, willingness, if we're willing to just play with that idea, be curious about it. For some of us, you will actually have little aha moments and you'll go, hey, that's true. I remember a time in my life when, and something magical may have happened. And then if you track back, you'll actually go, that's what I was thinking at that time or just before then. So this is how this comes together. Everything is energy. Match the frequency of the reality you want and you cannot help but get that reality. So let's look at it this way. On a scale from 1 to 5, okay, 1 to 5. 1 is your lowest resonance of energy. And this is where all you do is embody fear, where you think stress and struggle and self-sabotage, and you speak words of criticism and blame. There is a lot of that going on at the moment, in case you haven't noticed. Everywhere, everywhere. When you're at your 1 resonance, you constantly look outside of yourself and find fault with the world and bemoan your place in it. That's a 1, ladies and gentlemen, that's a 1. Okay, that's that whole projection outwards all the time. Your actions and your habits come from a fearful perspective that something's out to get you, aka the coronavirus, okay, and everybody else, and you know, the neighborhood police or whatever it happens to be, because you figure something is going to go wrong. And do you know what? It will go wrong, because that's the resonance, that's the energy you are vibrating at in your world. That is an energy level of 1. And of course, your reality will absolutely reflect that. It must reflect that, because like attracts like. I mean, the law of attraction doesn't discriminate. It doesn't say, oh, you're a winner and you're a loser. We do that to ourselves. We do that by our frequency, by our resonance. So the reality, if you're resonating at a 1, your reality is going to reflect your fears and your frustrations in a life of failures and illness, guaranteed, you see. And that is the law of physics, the limited human perspective. That's a limited human perspective, a fear-based perspective will bring us nothing but grief. And if you are watching snippets at the moment of the news and everything else, you can now start to watch this from a different perspective. You can actually go, whoa, look at the resonance going on there. Look at the fear going on there. And then just watch it without being attached. Be totally detached energetically from what you are viewing. Let's go to the other end of the scale, returning to now the 5, which is your highest level of resonance. This is where you are energized with faith in yourself. I'm not talking about a religious faith, but if that's what works for you, that's fine. But you're energized with a faith in yourself, in your life, and a faith in a fabulous future that is within your grasp. A resonance of 5 is where you're thinking empowering, self-nourishing thoughts, and you're speaking words that uplift and inspire. That's an energy of 5. A 5 is when you act with love and compassion and kindness, where you appreciate yourself, your life, and the world, and you expect good things to happen. And you know what? They do. And that's when people say, wow, that was a miracle. No, that was an energy of 5. That was an energy of 5. You see, we must be willing to explore and to play with this law of physics, this universal law of physics. It's there for us to play with, not to be intensely caught up in. So play with it. Have you ever done that? I'll do this a little bit more on another session. Ever done that one where you actually go, oh, I'm going to find a car park today, and it's Christmas shopping. You know, it's like Christmas Eve shopping at the car park, and bingo, there it is. That is that wonderful faith and belief and that knowing that you can resonate and you can create a reality that is yours. So, as I said, a 5 is a master mindset. I call that a master mindset. And a master mindset is where you consciously master your destiny. You're conscious of it. You're not walking around your day in a limited human fog where you're not at all aware. A master mindset is where you're consciously mastering your destiny, and you know that you have the power to transform your reality. That's where we're all after, a master mindset. I put a post up today on the Facebook page saying, what's the one thing you'd like to change about yourself? And I wrote my own comment is that I would love to be doubt-free all the time, because doubt is an insidious little thing, isn't it? And it'll creep in when you least expect it. And that's doubt is part of lowering the resonance. Doubt-free, you know, people talk about debt-free. You only get debt-free when you get doubt-free. I should use that. That's pretty good. It's true though. You've got to let that doubt go. You've got to let that go. Boom. Yeah, it was, Corinne. That was really good. That just came in. That was definitely one who just came in. Can you comment on why I attract people I feel I need to fix? I'll get to that at the end, Sally, but I'll come back to that. So let's keep going, shall we? So the law of attraction never discriminates, and your reality will always reflect the energy at which you resonate. So I'm going to ask you a very quick question right now. If you've got a pen and paper, really grab it and just put it down. Where are you on a scale from 1 to 5 at this time with your resonance? The resonance of your energy. Right now, where are you? 1 to 5. Boom, put it down. Whatever you've written down, you can look at without judgment, no judgment, and look at it and go, right, that's the reality I'm attracting into myself. So if it's 5, like an excellent reality, abundant, coming in with lots and lots of wonderful health and wealth and abundance and love. And then as you move down the scale, you will see, and that's the beautiful thing about this, is our reality will always show us our resonance. And that's why, think about it, it's resonance. So it's on this side for you. Resonance equals reality, which equals our results. That's all you have to remember. Resonance equals reality equals results. If you want better results and you want them in your reality, a better reality, you have to elevate your resonance of energy all the time. And so if you want to change your life, there's only one person who can change it, and that's you. Not the government, not your boss, not your lover, not your partner, not the parents, not the children, only you. And so we cannot change the reality that we currently have from the same energetic resonance that created it in the first place. Think about that one more time. You cannot change your current reality from the same energetic resonance that created it in the first place. Because if you stay at that level, your reality will stay as it is and your results will stay as they are. Well, in fact, they actually deteriorate because the law of nature says that nothing stays the same. It's either expanding or it's contracting. And so therefore we need to be expanding our energetic resonance in order for us to expand the reality that we live in order for our results to expand. You see, a lot of people say, oh, look, I'm willing to embrace all the gifts of the universe. Look, I've got my arms open and I'm opening up and I'm opening up. Yes, but what is your resonance of energy doing? Are you just saying, gimme, gimme, gimme? I want the big parcel, but I'm going to stay the same? Or are you actually going to do the personal transformative work and play on yourself and go, I am going to expand my resonance in order for the law of attraction to bring to me exactly what I'm resonating? And that's what it is. So at every moment of every day of our entire life, we have been and currently are the masters of our destiny. Whether we want to believe it or not, that's just the way it's been, and it is the way it is. So if we want a better reality, we must match the frequency of the reality that we want, and we cannot help but get that reality. And in today's vernacular, that's called manifesting. Okay? There is no secret. There is no secret because we've all been doing it. It's just that we have been unconscious. We have not been conscious of our fabulous energetic resonance, our frequency, our vibration, and the power we have as energetic beings to actually shift and to resonate at higher levels. And once we hold that, this is the whole key with this. Even though we know this, I know you know this, it's about holding on to that and being conscious of it and looking at your reality on a day-to-day basis and going, instead of going, oh shit, why did that happen? You've got to go, whoa, 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 whoa. How did I influence that? Now you're going to say, I didn't influence coronavirus. Oh, we all did. We all did. If you want to know my thoughts on that, just grab my book, Master Mindset. I go through it on that one. But we have all influenced everything. So we influence our world, the microcosm of our world, our reality, and we influence the collective, the macrocosm, by our energy. Okay? So at this point in time, as I say in my book, coronavirus could be seen as the greatest disaster in the last 100 years, or it could be seen as the greatest deliverer. It's up to each individual to choose the energetic resonance that they are going to vibrate at during this period, during this time, and for the rest of their lives. And once you are conscious of that, you can make that choice on a moment-by-moment basis each day so much easier. It becomes so much easier because not only do you realize that you're mastering your destiny, you are the master of your mindset. So you can go, oh, what's that? Oh, what's that? And of course, we will flip-flop. We will flip from the ego and we'll flip to our being, or we'll flip from our limited human perspective to our master mindset. So yes, we'll flip-flop because that's part of the human experience. That's what we all put our hand up for when we incarnated and we went, let's play this game again. Let's see if I can wake up this time around. Let's see. This is supposed to be fun, ladies and gentlemen, but we get too damn serious. Okay? So consider that every moment you are manifesting your reality. You want a better reality. You want more health, wealth, happiness, success, and freedom. Each of us needs to be more. We have to resonate more. All the time, resonate with optimism, joy, hope, faith, playfulness, spontaneity, creativity, laughter, all of those positive feelings. That helps elevate our resonance. That's why I said, I think it was last week or the week before, watch comedies. Watch comedies. Oh, I recorded The Golden Girls are on Netflix at the moment, and I've got about 16 episodes. Oh, I put about 3 episodes on last night and just, nearly cried with laughter. They wouldn't make it nowadays, or all too politically incorrect. Very funny. We need to laugh more. So I'm going to give you the quick steps, the 4 quick steps on how You can get started manifesting that life that you want, that you desire most, and also how to elevate your resonance each moment. So step one, when things seem to be difficult, right? So there's stress and there's struggle, I want you to stop straight away. Don't fall into it. Don't get sucked in. And then shift your mindset and just repeat to yourself, everything is energy. Everything is energy. And even if you have to do it with your eyes closed, so you don't see the denseness of the third dimensional reality, and say everything is energy. And then when you open your eyes, look for the energy. Look for the waves of energy. It's a wonderful little exercise. It starts to shift your mindset, okay? And then be responsible and ask yourself, what energy must I resonate to respond to this person or situation more powerfully? Don't pull the whole situation apart and don't go, why did this happen to me? Don't do that. Just ask yourself, what energy must I resonate to respond to this person or situation more powerfully? Point number 2. Then consider what action or activity will help you reach that energetic resonance. Okay? Think about what will help you. It will definitely include all the love-based feelings of passion, optimism, hope, compassion, joy, spontaneity, playfulness. And depending on the situation, you may be able to go outside and hug a tree. I mean, ever hugged a tree? It's such a lovely feeling. You can nearly feel the sap coursing through the tree. It doesn't matter if people think you're mad. Who cares? You're manifesting the reality and the destiny that you desire most. They're still going to have mediocre results for the rest of their lives. Okay? You don't want to die with regret. You know, regrets are the rewards of people who aren't curious enough, who refuse to take responsibility. So, go out and do something. Be creative. Whatever it is, hug a tree, meditate. Or it could be as simple as just turning off the media, walking away, picking up a little I Ching book, something like that, reading a nice quote, or just pausing in a negative conversation. A lot of people don't pause. They think that they actually have to keep talking. You can pause, you know. Pausing is a great negotiation tool, by the way, in business, one of the best. You pause, the whole room goes quiet. You don't have to talk. See? Look at that. You've all gone, oh, right, shifts the energy. So pause or take 3 deep breaths. That works a treat. But whatever it is, you have to do something immediately in that moment that you reclaim your energy, that you elevate your energy straight away, right away. Don't get sucked in, folks. Don't get sucked in. Number 3 is once you've picked whatever it is, do it immediately. Don't wait and go, oh, look, I'll just have a cup of tea first. No, caught, right? So first thing is ask, stop, shift. Everything is energy. Say, what energy must I resonate to respond to this situation or person more powerfully? 2, consider what activity or action you can take at that moment, right there and then, whatever it is. And then number 3 is do it straight away, whatever it is. And number 4 is to be conscious and to energetically focus on feeling your resonance lift, elevate. Whatever it is, it might be just an open-eyed visualization of feeling that you've got a great big fountain of golden fireworks coming out of your head. It doesn't matter what it is as long as it works for you. Now, this is how we manifest the reality we desire most, by elevating our resonance and allowing ourselves to vibrate at an energetic level of 5. And it's really, when you think about it, so simple. So simple. Imagine if we were teaching our children this. Imagine, as John Lennon sang. Imagine the reality we'd be creating. So that's it in a nutshell for tonight. Resonance equals reality equals results. Now I'm going to come to your questions and your comments. Thank you very much, everybody. For this, I'm going to come to Sally's second question first. Are we able to do this at the same level? Can you comment on the theory that we are here to learn our lessons, old souls versus young souls? Okay, I will. Give me a second. The idea of that we are here to learn is, unfortunately, a manipulation of the ego, of our limited human perspective, because learning has a connotation to it of hard work. And once we get that hard work mindset, that's a growth mindset. That builds resilience and a love of learning, and there's nothing wrong with it. But what it does is it stops the natural momentum of our energy, because we go, oh, yay, 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 I'm on my personal transformation journey. Now I'm going to get to work, you see. And what happens is that just in that moment, can you even see it physically? Now I'll get to work. So we actually constrict our energy just that little bit. Now, I am a lover of learning, always have been. Love it, love it, love it. But I am very aware that if I ever get myself into the trap of being too conscientious, means I've put expectations in place. I put outcomes in place, and if they don't happen, guess what? I'm going to be disappointed. Whereas if I consciously allow my energy to be more playful and joyful and spontaneous, and that's why I still dance every day, because it's the one thing that connects me, absolutely, without doubt, that if I stay within that resonance of energy, I am going to be able to move forward with greater momentum and less roadblocks. So old souls, young souls, from my point of view, no. We are all energy. The universe is energy. I even take it a step further and I say we are all consciousness, constantly creating itself. We are constantly expanding. It's like science is now proven, or they are very close to agreeing with each other, that the universe is not static, that it is constantly expanding and expanding and expanding. And that's because that's the nature of energy. That's the nature of consciousness. That's the nature of us. So our nature as our beings, as our energetic beings, is to expand, is to expand, is to expand all the time. And so we are expanding. And so, for instance, if you have a great crisis in your life, that's your consciousness, your inner being pushing the limits of your limited human perspective and saying, enough, it's time for more. And that's why I say to people when they go, oh, look, I think I've got enough money, or that's enough. I don't want too much. But of course, the key here is that more is a natural state of being. Because as we expand our consciousness, that's about being more. So it's a natural state of being to say, I want more. Can I have more? Remember, Oliver? Sir, can I have some more, please? We want more. That's natural. Why? Because we are energy in expression. We are consciousness constantly creating itself and expanding. Because as the law of nature says, you either expand or you constrict. Expand, constrict. If you keep constricting long enough, death is the obvious answer. That's it. And then this may die, but the consciousness and the energy doesn't. It just keeps expanding out of this limitation. That's how it works, folks. From my world and from my experience and from what I've actually experienced and seen and you know, in all of my experiences, that's really what it is. And our fear of death is greater than our love of life. The moment we shift that and realize that, you know, as Celine Dion sang, we go on and on and on and on. Yeah, we do. So we need to actually go, wow, even just consider that. Just consider it and go, wow, if that were true, how would I be living today? If that were true, how would I be living today? And then you go from there. And the moment you start seeking to see if that is true, that's, guess what? Your reality is going to reflect the evidence to you that that is true. It's a wonderful universal law. It's a wonderful universal law. So that's how I see it, Sally. I don't think there are any old souls, young souls. That's just a way that we want to label people, like black and white, old and young, thin and fat. More labels will never going to help us. We all have that amazing, ongoing, forever eternality. So, what else have we got here? Sorry. Thanks for the reminder, says Karina. You are most welcome, my love. Resonance number 4, reality number 4, results number 4 for me. Cool. So yes, I've done Sally's. I'll come back to the other one in a minute, Sally. Laughter is everything to me right now. Yes, very important. Gotta laugh, folks. Gotta laugh. Simple things, Wendy says. Dance and movement, yes, we all need to do more of it. Absolutely, a bit of boogie around the house. Amber said, resonating calmness seems to bring me great outcomes in most situations. Yes, holding that lovely energy, the calm, the serenity, the peace. We could all do with a bit more holding the peace at the moment. That's good to know. I was stuck on the theory in my life that I was a young soul. Oh, no. No, Sally. That's just your ego telling you you're not good enough. That's all that is. That's just your ego trying to keep you from expanding, you see. No. No. We are all universal consciousness. We are all, I'll go one step further because you're all with me, we are all infinite mind expressing itself. There is an infinite intelligence and harmony to the universe. You've only got to look around. There is something going on, without a doubt. And the building block of life and the universe is energy. Now, some people will call that energy God, some people will call it Buddha, some people will call it, there are a whole range of different labels that people give to it. But regardless of it, it's infinite intelligence, constantly in the process of creation, on and on and on. And if this topic interests you even more, start to read books on near-death experiences, on people who have out-of-body experiences, of all of those types of events in people's lives. And you'll come to see that there is a pattern in there. And that pattern talks about actually leaving the body, actually spilling out as consciousness. Because some people actually do that and then they come back in. And it's not, they decide, no, I'm going to stay in this form for a bit longer. And they've even weighed bodies now. They weigh bodies just before death and just after death. And there is a slight discrepancy of a few ounces. So what's the few ounces? Okay, what is that? And they're very good with these scientific studies now. They really are. It's not like it used to be. And so the only thing they can start putting it down to is there's like a soul or an ethereal light body in some way. So it really is fascinating the more you delve into the science of it. It's not just the hoodoo guru type of thing. When you start to dive into the science of it, it is really compelling. And if you want more, you can actually ask your reality for more and say, could I have an experience or an event, please? Could you show me? Show me. It happens. And for many of us too, if we've lost somebody very close to us or our parents or something like that, you hear so many people talking about visitations. You hear, and then, people will go, the skeptics will go, no, that can't be right. Well, you haven't had one yet because you're not open to it. So everybody has their own journey at their own time. I'm sharing my journey with you because I've spent 30 years consciously on this journey. And my role on the planet is to make it faster for you. That's my role, to condense 30 years, all those decades, into the shortest, most concise like capsules of wisdom I can share with you, not to convince you and not to teach you, but to give you a different perspective so that you will connect more with yourself, because yourself, your inner being, who you are in here, is your greatest teacher. That's your only teacher, actually. So if I'm saying anything that actually is ringing your bells, that's because I'm just a bell ringer. Do you know what I mean? That's all I am. I'm just the bell ringer. Whatever's going on for you right now, energetically, is you with you. That's what it is. Donna said, why is it necessary to seek to respond in a more powerful way? Query around powerful when I associate higher resonance. I'm a bit confused. Right, okay, so when I use the word powerful, I mean powerful energetically, not powerful from the definition of domination, but powerful from the point of view of dominion of yourself. So to respond in a more powerful way means exactly those things, Donna, from more love, compassion, hope. For me, when I use that word power, I'm not using it in any frame of reference, which means domination or control. No way, just doesn't work. So you might like to actually replace the word powerfully, respond to this personal situation more powerfully. You might want to replace that word for you and say, what energy must I resonate to respond to this person or this situation with more love? And that may fit better for you, because everybody has language that switches that flicks the switch for them. So my language may not flick the switch for you. In fact, it might make you go, whoa. So the key is again, as I say, listen within, find the language that works for you. I tend to work in a pragmatic language simply because I find a lot of people enjoy the science. But I could switch this entire lesson and I could speak to you from a very, very deep spiritual basis, and I would be using very, very different language and more love and spirituality based words. But I try to find a middle ground. But understand what I am talking about in the final analysis is love, is the energy of love, and that's what it is. Hope that helps, Donna. Right. Great. Thanks. Thank you. Wise words. The wise words of wisdom and ringing that bell. Thanks, Wendy. Okay, by the way, I clicked the share button under the video to help spread your message. Oh, thank you, Robin. Yes. Don't forget, people, I think I said it. Yes. To share, please click the share button, have a watch party or whatever it happens to be. I'm here to help serve you, serve your friends, anybody who needs a bit of help at the moment, a bit of love, a bit of compassion, a bit of uplift, a bit of inspiration. We're here each Wednesday night. So if does anybody have any more questions? Because if you do, drop them in now. And if not, we look good. Okay, so this week, as I said, be more conscious. Everything is energy. Close your eyes, imagine it, let it happen for you, and just continue responding and understanding that you are the master of your destiny. Your resonance equals your reality, equals your results. Under tonight's video, as always, there are some links. The first link is, I think, to my book, Master Mindset. If you wanted a copy, you can buy it in paperback or on ebook at Amazon. I wrote this particularly for this time with the coronavirus to help people get through that. So that link's there. There's also my link to my website where my webinar and my free assessment is there, and there's also the free assessment link. So if you know anybody who wants to join us next week, please take my little Power Chat promo that I put up on the various Facebook pages and share that with them or send it to them in a private message. I'd love to have more people hearing the message from my mess from 30 years ago and how it's changed me, and give people a little bit of a different perspective and some hope for their future, because everybody's got this fabulous future, they just don't realize it yet. So thank you very much, everybody. Thanks, Beth. Thanks, Donna. Wonderful session. I don't know what I'm doing next week. I'll find that out on probably Tuesday when I meditate. So we'll see. It's always up to the consciousness and the energy. You have a fabulous week. You are far more powerful than you can ever imagine. And go out there, master your mindset, and live a life that matters. Thanks very much, everybody. I'll try and get this turned off properly this week. Okay, bye.